You're listening to the Act As If podcast with Coach Roel. Real life success stories in business and investing as they happen. And now, here's your host, Coach Roel.
All right, welcome back, my friends. Coach Roel here with our Act As If podcast. In this episode, I have the distinct honor of welcoming Kelly Gonzalez. She is a business owner, a real estate investor, trader in the financial markets once upon a time. We'll find out if she's still doing that. And also business owner, real estate investor, trader, and a proud mom. And she's from Oshawa, Ontario, the Schwa, as us locals call it. And so welcome, Kelly. It's so great to see you. It's been a little bit.
Thanks, Roel. It has been. No, I'm honored to be here. Thank you.
Yeah, we've been messaging a little bit, a little while ago, maybe a year or so ago. And there was a lot of exciting things happening last time we spoke. So how's life today in terms of, I guess, let's start with the business side. I remember you had a number of things that you said you were wanting to work on and work towards back then. So catch me up.
Perfect. Yeah. So very exciting with the businesses and amazed how far I guess we've come. You're right. The last time we spoke, it seemed like the pandemic, had kind of just hit. We had gone through that. And at that time, I lost my job because of the pandemic. Jose was still working for his employer, but we were both, making 50, 60K a year. And we wanted something better. So I had lost my job, if you recall, and Jose had his, but we thought, let's do something different. We can't depend on these employers for our income, because who knew a pandemic was going to hit?
Right.
You just don't know what to expect. So we're like, let's take things into our own hands. Jose left his job and, we had kids at home. It's scary going with no income, trying to start this new business. And here we are years later, making over, $1 million in sales from the first company, GDC.
From just the first one.
Just the first one.
Wow. Catch us up though. What kind of business is that?
So it's a landscaping business. We do decks, fences, interlocking, whole backyard projects. And
you started it from scratch?
From scratch. Just using our truck. Yep. The truck
and
we
now
already
you're
have.
Over a million in sales?
Yeah.
Per year?
Yes.
That's amazing. And how is that like? Is it just still the two of you, or do you have like contractors as well? Do you have employees?
Yep, we have contractors. We have employees who are the core. Without those good employees, we know too, you have to treat them right, keep the business running. And it's been smooth sailing over the past few years.
That's excellent. Now you did mention businesses as in plural.
Yes.
So catch me up on that. I did not know that you had a second business on the go.
Yeah. So about 2 years into GDC, we're like, let's do it again. It's blossomed so well. So we started a business called Speedy Bins, which is like a dumpster garbage bin rental company. Mm-hmm. So again, 6 months pregnant at the time. I'm thinking this is crazy, which is what I always think when Jose puts these, ideas into my head. But we're like, why not? Let's do it. And, we partnered with Air Miles. We have, again, beautiful employees who help keep this business running. And again, the income that comes in from that business, it's crazy to look back at it now and think, why was I holding on so tight to that 50K salary? Like that was the end all and be all,
And why were you? To put you on the spot a little bit.
Yeah, why? It felt safe in the moment. It felt like bills will be covered. The kids will be fed. We'll have a roof over our head. And if we strive for more, what happens if we lose it? So that fear really held me back for a long time.
And so how has that changed now that you've got two successful businesses? Is it, I know for me, if I, not to take the spotlight away, But I feel like now, being an investor entrepreneur, I feel like, and I don't want to poo-poo this, and I don't want to come across as arrogant. So full, caveat or disclosure for anyone listening or watching is I feel like having a job, as we say, is in many ways a little bit more risky than owning your own businesses or having your own investments, properties and stuff. What is your take on that?
Yeah, I mean, now I can say that having that job is more risky. I didn't feel that way up until the pandemic.
Yeah.
So prior to, we always had, a secure job, always had the paychecks coming in, and it did feel safe until times changed. Something hit. I lost my job. Thousands of people were losing their jobs, and it wasn't going to be as easy to go out and find another.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So how
So
is it risky in your opinion, or your perspective? How is it risky to have a job versus owning a business?
yeah, so now I look at it as I don't have control. There was no security. There was no
Right.
control with having an employer. They can let you go at any time. Whereas
Mm-hmm.
now with the businesses, of course, you hit situations where it's like, okay, what are we going to do now? It's not, a direct incline. You go through growing pains. But again, as a business owner, which way do you want to pivot? Let's change and keep moving forward, and not money's gone, lost our job, and back to zero.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And with the speedy bins, so you're now juggling, or I don't know how you're managing with the two businesses. How do those two fit together? And plus the fact that you're a mom, and hopefully you still have some kind of a social life or family life. How do you put all of these together?
Yeah, so we definitely have help. We have the office help to, keep both businesses separate. In the beginning, I was juggling everything. So thankfully now we have office managers for both companies.
Great.
We also have a nanny to kind of help with the kids and the home side. I overrun the offices, and then Jose overruns the teams on both sides of the businesses. So we're still fully in it. We're still busy, but it's much more manageable. We have more of our time back.
Right.
And I guess the money makes it much easier to breathe at night and to not worry.
Right. Yeah, good point. How have you been able to invest? Another thing that I've been listening to recently is, sometimes as entrepreneurs, we feel guilty for not working, right? Mm-hmm. Spending time with family in a weird way, even with me, spending time with my kids. Sometimes I feel like, oh, I could be doing this, or I need to be able to do that. But I forget which book I was listening to, an audio book, is that we're investing time with investing in the relationships, investing in our children's future just by being present with them. How have you been able to invest in other areas other than your businesses?
Yeah. So for myself, and, I'll talk about Jose as well, my husband. So for myself, I've always found it easier for me to commit to my kids. Maybe that's just the maternal side, but I've always made time for them so they can say, Mom was always here, whatever we needed. So I've always done that. Jose, I do find he almost maybe the same mindset as you. Sometimes it's harder to pull him away because he feels like he could always be doing more. Right. So again, we're working with it. I just put those vacations in the calendar, and he has to show up and come,
That sounds like a tough life. You know what? You have to go on this vacation, my friend.
That's it. We're taking the family, we're going. And once we get there, he loves it. He's relaxed. He's into the kids. There's no cell phones. It's fantastic.
That's great. Oh,
but
what's the last vacation you guys went on, the family vacation?
So the last one we went on, which was to Mexico, the Nickelodeon resort.
Oh, they have a resort. I did not know that.
Yes, they have an amazing resort for the kids. And so we went for this. They have a huge pineapple. It's like you're in your own little villa. So a couple bedrooms there. You have your own private pool, the butler. And again, you just get to relax. All the kids are together and we had an amazing time on the beach, the sun, it was perfect.
That is amazing. That's great.
Yeah.
Now, how about on the other areas? Are you still investing in real estate or trading, or what's going on in that side of things?
So trading, not so much anymore. I did pull back from that. Real estate, yes. So we've never given up on the real estate, and we've always committed to, even if it's just 1-2 transactions a year, to keep that consistent. That has always been, I guess, if you want to look at it too as, just an extra source of income, but that fallback. Our real estate has never let us down.
Yeah. What kind of strategies? Like, give me an example because when we've known each other for a few years, once upon a time, a lot of this stuff was very foreign, at least for me, was like, oh my gosh, someone who's got a business and they've got multiple real estate, they're like walking from another planet or something. So enlighten the viewers or listeners of how you're able to integrate the two, and why do you continue to do both? Why not just one or the other?
Yep. Great questions. Sometimes I think we're crazy, but we do love it. Real estate, it's just always that consistent equity building. You can't save money as quickly as you can through real estate. So we've been focusing on buy, rent, and holds. So we can buy single family homes, and then we do the legalization of the 2 units. So we've really seen huge growth within the Durham region for that when we've been holding on to those.
Okay.
And then Jose still loves to do his flips. I mean, that's something that just really interests him. He loves the design aspect. He loves seeing the after product, when it's staged and it looks beautiful. So again, just managing time and putting it all together. But definitely, yeah, we haven't stopped in real estate, and I don't think we ever will.
So 1 or 2 transactions per year, and running your 2, is the second business above $1 million in sales yet?
We're almost there. So
almost
not
there.
Quite. We're almost there. Very
cool. Now, with all of that, now that we've got kind of a big picture of what Kelly and Jose Gonzalez are doing, what would be the next step for you guys? Like, what's the next big dream or level that you want to get to?
Yeah, so we've, been talking about it. We try to always keep that plan in place. For Speedy Bins, we'd like to franchise. So we're getting to that point now where it's reaching its potential. But again, to just multiply that revenue is to franchise across Canada. So that's kind of our next step.
Hold on. So Speedy Bins is started from scratch by you guys as well?
Correct. Yeah.
Wow, that's amazing. That's pretty darn cool. So you're ready so the next level would be to franchise that.
Yes.
Awesome. Now, I don't know if you have this set up yet, but I'm going to risk it by putting you on the spot. Sure. If somebody was interested in franchising with you or being a franchisee, is it? How would they get more information?
Yeah, we are always open to any partnering. So we can put our contact in the show notes, and they can always reach out to us. Definitely. Very
cool. All right. Yeah. Nice. And then in terms of, I guess, like work-life balance, what's most on your mind these days? Is it mostly the business? Is it, the kids going off to college or what have you? What's really top of mind, or in all of the areas of above? What's top of mind for you now?
I think right now, the kids, you want to make sure they're happy, they're doing well in school, they still have enough of my time, and they don't feel like the businesses are taking over. And that's always kind of been my key focus, is at night when they're home, I don't want to be sitting on my phone or on my computer and having to keep telling them to just one more email.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I've really tried to keep that in play. When school's off and they're coming home, I try to wrap up my day. I'm not putting in 8 to 10 hours a day. Me personally, I just don't have the energy for it. I can put in 4 to 5 great hours a day. And then after that, I kind of put it away and focus on the home life, the kids, and any loose ends with the real estate or anything else that needs time.
That's wonderful. Well, good for you. I'm really happy to see that.
Thank you.
So let's make sure to catch up again to see how you're doing in the next little bit. Yep. I'm very, very excited to hear what you're capable of and what you're going to be able to accomplish now that you've got some, it sounds like a lot of momentum with this. That's all that's happening. So once again, thanks for your time very much, Kelly Gonzalez, who is a illustrious double business owner, getting ready to franchise her Speedy Bins business in the near future. Also a real estate investor and proud mom.
There we go. Thank you so much, Roel.
Thanks, Kelly.
You've been listening to the Act As If podcast with Coach Roel. Real life success stories in business and investing as they happen.